Someone got a test? Hey! Fuck yes. Wow. Man. Ooh. Alright, one sec. Wow. Let me calm down here. Hey, well. Alright. Welcome back, ladies and germs, to Virtual Formula League. Man, it feels good to be back. Doubly so. Missed a week. And just had a little mini heart attack there, missing qualifying because I was getting a PS4 error. Just had to sign out, restart. We are back with 3 minutes left to go. Can at least get to see our times, which are very low so far. Dark and Sick Boy in a mid 116. And then we got a whole lot of guys at 117, which was, I believe, Dark finished the practice session right around there. So guys are pulling it out for the qualifying session. Let's see if we can catch any more laps. We'll hop on board with Sick Boy as we go around. I'm hardly watching right now, not gonna lie, because I just want to make sure that this shit is still working. Yeah, I think we're good. I think we are good. Okay, let's try to find a hot lap going on here. Kind of kid. He moves up to fourth. There's a hot lap for you. As it stands, we have two Alpines in the top three, becoming quite common throughout this season. We have Sick Boy splitting them up with Connor Kidd and Terramax falling behind. The way the board looks right now, at least just in those top like five, is sort of how the season feels it's been going so far. Dark, Robert, Sick Boy, Connor, all have been at the top of the leaderboards every week, as long as Terramax, since he's been here. I'm pretty sure he joined only like 2 or 3 races ago, and he's been zooming. Sad to see that Blame It left, because he came in, set pole, then left. Pretty sad. Yeah, this is something interesting too. You see Scadster here is crossing the line without any battery, which is apparently, well, it's got to be like a mistake by Codemasters that you don't have enough battery on a hot lap. So I wonder who's been able to fix that, who's been able to get over that. Scadster did move up quite a few spots as well. We see Steph moving up. He was down there in 12th. Reap, unfortunately, is out of the session. Dart goes fastest once more, improved his time by a couple tenths. And the session's about over, obviously. I am just happy that we will be here live for this race in Portimao, in case I haven't said it. Beautiful track, amazing track. Receiving near unanimous praise from everybody in the Discord server. I think everybody's really excited for this race. I think I sort of compare it to, because I'd say my favorite track is probably Spa. And I think it's a little bit similar to that, in that it's got a little bit of everything. It's got tight turns, wide turns, curbs you can't drive over, curbs you can drive on, and then a bunch of elevation changes, which I think is the best characteristic to have in a track. And Zandvoort has lots of elevation change too, but this one is so much more forgiving, so much more area for runoff at every turn, and you're just not gonna end your race if you spin out like he would at Zandvoort. Can B-Rob hop up a little bit in the final seconds here? Yes, he can. He goes 5th. Great final lap to sneak that in there from B-Rob. Nice job. And that will be our grid. Like I said, we have Dark and Robert, the 2 Alpines, up there in 1 and 3. Sick Boy splitting them. Connor the Kid in 4th. He'll be right in front of B-Rob. The 2 AlphaTauris squished in between the 2 Alfa Romeos as Mirko comes in at 8th. Oh, wait. Did something just move? Oh, Steph? Wait. Steph just set that lap? My bad. I'm still rattled from almost not getting this up and running, so I totally missed that. Wonder if anybody else is coming over. But yeah, Steph moved up. I think he was back in 10th. He moved up over both AlphaTauris and Mirko. Darsan in 11th, the lone Red Bull this week. It's a shame. Reap in the Ferrari, who hardly got any laps in, I believe. He'll be in 12th. And Felipe, starting on mediums, going for a lap on mediums. And it is interesting since Felipe is sneaky up there in the drivers' standings. He is in 5th place, right behind the heavy hitters. So he'll be starting down at 13th. Will be an interesting drive from him. Terramax also will be starting on the mediums. But Dark takes pole by a whole 10th and a half. Nobody seemed to be touching him that session. Oh, I'm just seeing Sick Boy received a 5-place penalty. Oh, fuck, what? My bad. Yeah, I have to like start a party with. No, I can do it. Yeah, I know everyone can hear me, guys. I'm sorry. I rushed into the restart and forgot I have to start a chat party with a friend who's not online. We're almost there. You shouldn't be able to hear me now. Okay. I think we're all good. No. Wait, what? No. Oh my god, I'm a driver. No. Unpleasant. This is such a mess. Oh, join the lobby as a driver. Am I still broadcasting? Oh, God. Okay, so we're gonna be starting this one from the grid. Live action shot. I still can't retire. We're gonna be starting this one on the grid. Oh my god, this has been... Why has this been the messiest shit? Lights out. And away we go. Okay, we're spectating. We got Dark and Robert, the Alpines, in first. Steph right behind him. What happened to Sick Boy? He's back in fifth. Connor the Kid holding a place in fourth, but Steph somehow jumped up. Oh, Sick Boy had the place penalty. Skadster will follow. Mirko behind. And we're already getting quite close here on the first lap. You can see our big losers of the start were B-Rob and Terramax, dropping all the way down to 12th and 13th, still ahead of the commentator though. Sick Boy's already looking to make a move on Connor the Kid. He is on his back end. He'll cut back early and throw him into the turn as he tries to take it under him, which he does. Now they're about wheel to wheel. Action right away on the first lap. Who's going to come out of this turn ahead? It looks like it will be Sick Boy. Wow, what a overtake. I really hope you guys can't hear me as I'm racing. I mean, as y'all are racing. Woo! Skadster 3/10 behind. Oh, I thought we had some contact with the wall. No funny business going into turn one. Sick Boy is mighty close though. B-Rob and Terramax will try to... Oh, and Dark goes off! I don't know if there is collision, but there is with the wall. Sick Boy takes the overtake over Steph. And Dark... Is he still driving? He's still driving. That looked like a race-ending crash. But it is not for Dark as he continues on down in 12th place now. You would think he would still have to pit to get some damage repair, but who knows? I thought he would be out of the race. Connor the Kid is quite close to Steph, who's had a great race to go into third place. Terramax and Dark are going at it down there. And Dark gets slapped with some multiple warnings. A tough start for Dark as our DRS flaps will be getting activated during this lap. Connor right on the back end of Steph. He is looking to attack. There's the DRS. We'll see if he's able to do anything with it. Meanwhile, Sick Boy is pressuring Robert just as well. Look at this. Gonna be some chances for Sick Boy to make a move here in this last sector. We do have a yellow flag back down here with Felipe, B-Rob. Are any of them off? Reap is off. Dark, I believe, had to have pit. Meanwhile, Sick Boy still looking to get past Robert. This is going to be the first straight with DRS. And he goes on the outside. Robert has to move. He knows that he can't match that speed. Meanwhile, Connor the Kid gets past Seth in the same way, but he slides on that turn one. How far will he drop? He goes far into the gravel, taking just a little too much speed. into the first turn and loses it. Meanwhile, the battle continues for the 4th and 5th spot. Meanwhile, the battle continues for first. Sick Boy and Robert are going wheel to wheel. Let's see who can pull ahead here. It is so close. Robert will break later, go deep. Sick Boy's going to try to take the inside on this massively tricky turn to try to be competing for a spot during. They both keep it on the track. I thought somebody was going to go across there. Man, Mirko and Steph are trading back and forth. And Skadster's looking to make a move. Things are heating up on the 4th lap already. We have battles going on all over the place. Oh no, Skadster, I don't know if that's me or him getting some lag. Sick Boy's looking to make the move once again on Robert. He does. There's just so much speed there coming from that DRS. Mirko battling with Steph. I don't know what's going on there. It's showing contact on my screen, but I think it's just some lag. I can't tell if that's me or them. I think we're good. I think that's the driver's lag. Oh well. I'll just commentate it how I see it, man. Finally got a break in the action on this 5th lap. As you can see, we have so many matchups here sticking super close, but the overtakes may be coming on lap 6 instead. Dark gets hit with 3 seconds. You see Skadster going off over those really tough sausage curbs. Terramax and B-Rob going at it down here in the 3rd sector. B-Rob behind, but then will get the DRS going into the straight. Meanwhile, Mirko's looking to make a move on Steph. He's going to be able to go into the inside and comfortably hold the lead. Can he keep his car on the track for this first high-speed turn? Yes, he can. Lag and all. Steph not too far behind. Meanwhile, we have a lot of drivers down here that are fighting their way back. Will be the theme of their race. B-Rob lost it at the start. Let me hold that because Terramax has got DRS and going on the inside of Felipe. He closes him off with ease and pulls off the overtake beautifully. Well done by Terramax. I feel like he loves overtaking into those tight corners. B-Rob now, he's trying to make a move on Felipe just as well. Connor the Kid is only 3 seconds back from our pack. Dark again, a whole pit stop back from them. And it has become a bit of a 2-horse race here as Robert and Sick Boy have opened up a 5-second gap on the rest of the grid. Robert is still keeping it close, but Mirko and those behind them are right now not. Positions are holding on lap 7. No big overtake opportunities. Felipe looks to be the closest. Let's stay at the top here with Robert and Sick Boy. A fitting fight this early into the race, as we do have our 2 leaders in the Drivers' Championship right now going at it. Sick Boy with a 1-point lead over Robert and a 5/10 lead over him in lap 7 at Portimao. His partner in Alpine, Dark, had an incident at the start of the race and will be trying to make his way back as they look to widen their lead on the Constructors' Championship. But right now the battle to watch is between these two. Robert's got DRS, but just not quite enough to be making any sort of move on Sick Boy now. Drivers are finding their groove. You can see we've got a little more space opening up between them. Scadster, he's prodding a move on Steph, but it won't be there this lap. B-Rob doing the same to Felipe with similar outcomes. And Robert is a little bit closer than he was last lap. It was around 7/10 last lap, so he is inching closer. It's all about getting close enough for that straight. Lots of penalties coming out. As you can see, Scadster just got hit with one for cutting corners, now for track warnings. Hoping everything is going okay down there. And Sick Boy will open up a similar gap as he had last lap. Oh, and even maybe more so. Did he get DRS? He did. That's massive for Robert. It was so close there. He'll be able to claw his way back into that 9/10 zone, ideally, and keep it there for as long as he can. Felipe had to go off a bit, I think. Yeah, Felipe went off. As we have Scadster, Darsan, Teramax, B-Rob, and Connor Kidd all going into the pits. Oh, it's glitching out a bit. I'm not sure if this is a safety car. It's showing all yellows on the circuit. And it looks like we had... I don't know if it's all yellows for them. This is one of those several times where I don't know what's going on. Is this a virtual safety car? I don't know. Regardless, everyone who hasn't done so yet will go into the pits. Okay, let's try to take stock of some things. Everybody has stopped once. And we have a wide variation of tires coming out on their second stint. As I believe we may still be under a virtual safety car. I just have a blank graphic up there, which is super. Oh, so there we have a safety car. Good to know. Will be our first safety car of the race. I'm not sure exactly what caused it. Regardless, as we settle down, this is our grid. Sick Boy and Robert still battling out, though they do not have that gap that they had just a few moments ago. And this safety car is brought to you by Colgate Toothpaste. Colgate. I think it means to hang yourself in Spanish. Thank you very much for Colgate for sponsoring the safety car this week. Hopefully it will be a short one. Oh no, we have Felipe and Darsan colliding. Not good. Uh, we could walk through the tires, but it's been a tiring race for real. I started on the grid, thought I wouldn't be able to broadcast, so it's been a long walk here. As we are already a third of the way through the race, man, that is flown by. Go see who has the fastest. Nope, I can just only see their individual laps. Hey, now it's telling me safety car though. I'm in the loop. In terms of positions changed, let's take a look at this. This is absolutely incredible. You can see we've almost had just a complete grid swap. Everybody has moved up. Who's up? Everybody's moved down. Who's down? Super interested. We have a lot of guys that came into the race after qualifying needing to make a climb through, and they have done so. Felipe, Darsan, Karpar, Mirko, Sick Boy, all moving up 5 or 6 spots. And now we have a lot of guys who have a new challenge for the last 2/3 of the race, starting from the back of the grid when they were up at the front on lap 1. Really interesting race. The most important thing to watch is between these two. Robert, the only man on the grid who has held his spot. And we are off again at lap 12. Here we go. Very close in the first top 3, as well as the 4. Mirko, he can't make a move. Nobody can. It's all staying even. I think we did have some movement back here, as we still do. Connor the Kid moving up on Felipe, but there's action at the top, so that's where we're going to go. Mirko, he's trying to poke and prod to these top 3 blue cars, as Robert is already back to that pocket he was before the safety car of about 7/10, 8/10 around then. Sick Boy holding on for now, but it is gonna be a fun lap 13. Mirko still just 2/10 back from Steph, and Steph is right on the tail of Robert. Sick Boy now has opened up a 1.5 second gap. Is that anything to do with the tires? It is. Robert here is on hard. That is something to watch. Ooh, do we have a collision? Not sure. Teramax moving up on B-Rod meanwhile. So now we will get to talk about the tires, because Robert has drifted pretty far behind from Sick Boy, but he has to know that's what was going to happen when he went in for those hards. Let's see if it pays off for him. Meanwhile, Tarsan up the right side on Karpar. Is that the only move on? Oh, they're side by side. Oh, there's collision. They're both still on the track. The 2 Aston Martins going toe-to-toe with this one Red Bull. And the Red Bull seems to be coming down on front. They can't stop touching. And Karpar will go off. I didn't quite see it, but he loses out on the battle, and it is now just 1 Aston Martin versus 1 Red Bull. What an incredible battle that was. Still action up here at these second group. Oh, meanwhile, the Aston Martin Connor the Kid, he's getting back on Darsan now. Darsan's still keeping speed. He'll try to cut it down and go on the inside. He won't. Now he's just behind Connor the Kid. Completes the overtake and moves up to 5th. Good driving by Darsan, but couldn't keep it on, since Connor the Kid, as we see, is on those softs. So he's hoping to be moving through this field of hards and mediums, as is Mirko. And he might have a chance this lap on Steph. Look at Robert weaving, trying to break this slipstream. Steph and Mirko will follow. Neither Steph nor Mirko are. Oh, Mirko is. He's going to go. No, he'll pull back. Plays it safe. Would have been a collision for both of them there if he did go for it. Meanwhile, Terramax does get a move on Felipe in turn 1. And we're still close up here at the 2-3-4. Miraculously, we have not seen anyone spin at this corner coming up here where we earlier saw Robert and Sick Boy just battling it out. I think it's up here. This is the one I'm thinking of. Oh, no, I think I missed it. Man, it needs to be said that Robert is just having a good go right now. He's on those hards, and yes, Sick Boy in clean air on mediums has been able to open up a significant gap. I'm not sure if this strategy will work out for him, but regardless, he is holding off both Mirko and Steph for so many laps. Let's see if he can do it again. Steph darker than Steph closer than usual this time. He does get ahead on the inside, but he goes too deep. Robert might be able to cut back. Mirko, who took the turn perfectly, takes both spots then. And Steph and Robert just focusing on each other instead of the turn a little too much there and go wide. Robert will be able to get a really nice exit there with the DRS, and he'll take back the spot from Steph, who now jumps down to 4th. Mirko, the big winner of all that. Those guys went just a little too deep on that turn 1, and Mirko slid in perfectly. That's the turn that I'm super surprised nobody spun at. As tires wear, as we get to the end of our stints, will definitely be something to watch. But a really good race so far from everybody since this safety car has come out. It's been lots of clean racing. "15 laps down, 18 more to go, approaching that halfway point, and Sick Boy is enjoying a 4.5-second lead, as he does in quite a lot of races. He is zooming. Robert's still playing that long game. You gotta think he's got a better look than Mirko or Steph right now because of that hard tire. Connor the Kid now giving us some action. He's on some softs, and he's climbed up back to 5th place. Remember, he slid out and into the wall much earlier in the race. And suddenly this lap is when we're starting to see a lot of differences in tires sort of start to separate the grid. Only a few within a couple tenths of the driver in front of them, one of them being Skadster, who is looking to eye down Darsan and that big brother team of Red Bull on those hard tires. Skadster should be able to make a move if he keeps it straight going into this straight. Meanwhile, Connor the Kid looking to do the same. He's 2 tenths back. He won't be able to get there. Nor will Skadster. That surprises me. He goes to the outside. He's about even with him now, but on the outside. He takes the corner so well. And he'll stay on the outside. And he'll stay in front of Darsan. What an overtake all around the outside. He was just barely even with him going into that corner and just did it better than Darsan, but Darsan looking to come back. He won't be able to on this turn with that DRS. So Skadster will hold on to 7th place and will likely start to put a little bit of a gap behind him as he is on some soft tires. So it's already been 7 laps on these softs. They're going to start to wear. Connor the Kid needs to make use of them now before later, as Steph ahead of him on mediums, 4th place. Sick Boy now put on another second of a lead with the rest of the grid. Here goes Connor, right past Steph at the start of the straight. He should have a comfortable overtake into T1, which he will. Nicely done by him, and he will hope to put Steph a little bit behind him in the next couple of laps before that tire difference starts to go in the Williams' favor. Robert, meanwhile, has not slipped any lower than third, and it doesn't look like he's in any danger of doing so as long as he keeps a clean drive going. Fantastic race so far. You can see why this track is a joy to drive. There's a lot of places that just require good driving. Require and reward good driving. Beautiful helicopter here. Thanks, cameraman. And now we have the biggest, most space on the grid that we've had all race here. As we go into lap 19. Only 2 people within DRS. Steph one of them, but it won't be happening on this turn 1. I really like this straight in turn 1. It definitely gives the biggest overtake opportunity of the track, but it's not like a massive one. Oh no, and we have a yellow flag back in sector 1. That is Darsan flying off. Meanwhile, you can see B-Rob and Dark did pit down there, both of them. Oh no, B-Rob put on some hard tires, Dark put on some soft. Interesting. And Robert is even in DRS now again on Mirko, as those softs really start to wear. The other thing is, as you can see, Robert, Terramax, B-Rob, the only drivers without a penalty. And Robert, the only one of them on a podium right now, as Sick Boy sits fastest lap with a 1:18.6. Robert's 5/10 behind Mirko. He won't be able to make a move this lap, but maybe Carpar will down here on Felipe. Oh no, is Robert making... Okay, I'm going back and forth. Carpar can't even make a move either. Robert is nipping at Mirko's heels. As you can see, Mirko start to slide on those softs. Just about everyone in the top 5 has a 3-second penalty, save for Robert. And Robert could really use a pass now so he can start gaining some time on Sick Boy, which he's unable to do at the moment, with Mirko wobbling his way in front of him. Felipe and Carpar going side by side. Carpar goes way deep on it and does it well. He'll take the spot over Felipe in the middle of sector 2. As Felipe will have to rest up, get within striking distance as soon as he can. Here goes Mirko into the pits, and Robert is released. Robert will hope to just be putting on some good hot laps here, catch up to Sick Boy as much as he can, if at all, and win on strategy. As Skadster goes into the pits too, let's follow Mirko as he comes out. Who is he coming down with here? There go our McLaren and Aston Martin. And Mirko's gonna come out right next to right behind Darsan, I'm sorry. He's a second behind. So he very well may be able to stay within a second here. and get on the move as the first one in the pits. The first one on their last stint, I should say, except for Robert, most likely. And Carpar and Felipe. And B-Rob. Woo! Oh no, and Robert gets his first 3 seconds. I think that is the part of the track where I heard there's conversation about the track limits being a little glitched. It looked like it was right around there. That was Connor the Kid going into the pits. We can stay on him to see where he comes out, since as it is, Darsan and Mirko are the only one without a second between them. Here comes Connor Kidd. Felipe and Carpar going right past him, as well as Mirko and Darsan. And that's where he will fall in line. And Mirko did get the pass on Darsan. I'm not exactly sure when that happened, but he is now in 7th and hoping to climb up this grid towards the checkered flag. Sick Boy has to be looking like the best, easiest case scenario to win right now, but I'm not totally sure. He may not be stopping. I don't know. I've never been able to predict anyone's, and especially Sick Boy's, strategy quite correctly, so I wasn't really thinking about that at the start of the race. But, I mean, I don't know. I could see it going either way. Meanwhile, we got some battles ongoing here with Connor the Kid on some fresh mediums, looking to do the same thing that Mirko did on his outlap, which is get past the Red Bull of Darsan. He does easily, and he's off for a drive. Mirko trying to keep on moving on through. He's looking at Felipe. Ten laps to go at Portugal. Felipe slips off wide. Those hards shouldn't be that slippery, but it is a tough track regardless, especially when you are under pressure on some fresh lap Mirkos. Connor the Kid now, he's 3/10 behind Felipe. He's also on those fresh medium tires. He should have a big speed advantage here as Felipe weaving, trying to break that slipstream. Connor's got DRS. He does manage to get a little bit of that slipstream, and it will be a comfortable overtake for Connor. And he's out for a race. You can see just lots of strategy overtakes here. People on mediums are getting past the hards now. Still very interesting to watch up at the top. Robert has got 8 seconds, closer to 9, until he can see our leader, Sick Boy. And he's only got 8 laps left. Will he be able to make these medium tires go? You have to think if he's going in for a pit at any point in this race, it is lost. Meanwhile, a yellow flag in Sector 3. Don't see anyone spun there. I think we're okay. Oh no. Darsan is out of the race. Not quite sure what happened to him. Really tough race for him. He was racing well. A lot of times I was on him. Oh, we do have quite... Oh, I thought that was a bunch of people racing, but Dark, I think, maybe paused. He may be sitting the rest of this one out. Just again, not sure what happened to him on that first or second lap where he went off, but that did cost him his chance at winning this one. Lots of space as we head into our final bunch of laps. Hopefully things will start to tighten up as our tires wear more and more. You can also see our penalties, which are favoring Terramax, who is also one of the ones, along with Robert and Karpar, that went for that hard stint so long ago. And he has driven a totally clean race. He won't have any penalties to worry about, as everyone else above him does have 3 seconds. I'm sure there will be... Oh. What? Terramax just got a yellow, 5-second penalty for ignoring the yellow flag. I did not see any yellow flag. Not sure what that's about. If it is BS, we'll hear about it in the incidents reports. But no longer the only one who won't have to worry about penalties. He will at least have to do some convincing, as Connor the Kid in the Aston Martin is 5/10 behind Mirko. He is also P4, I believe, in driver's standings. No, he's P3. So he would be really losing quite a lot of time, or space on our leaders in Sickboy and Robert and Dark, who he's competing with this finish. Still 6 laps to go, and as we predicted, things are starting to get a little bit more tight. Not at the top though. Sickboy still has 8.5 seconds on Robert. Here goes Mirko. He's got the DRS, get the slipstream, easy into turn 1. That'll be an overtake and sends the Aston Martin back into 5th place. Not sure why there's a yellow flag in Sector 1. Terramax is showing AFK, not AFK, disconnected. He says in Discord that on his screen it shows everyone left. Really shitty. Not sure what that's about, man. The Aston Martins are racing though. They are trying to hunt down the Alfa Romeo of Mirko. His Karpar is on 16 lapped hards, but just has the pace. Perhaps not, as Connor the Kid will surely look to get past him on this straight. And hopefully Karpar can stay in this battle, but these two on the 5 and 6 lap mediums may be running away with it in this pocket. Speaking of running away with it, there is a 17-second gap from our podium. And that is more than really penalties can account for. So we're looking at a race results that could just be what we finish as. Since even Sickboy with 6 seconds of penalties has a 9-second lead on Robert. Interesting. 29th lap here, and Sickboy just has not shown one sign of slowing down. He has been on it the whole race, ever since winning that early battle with Robert, where Robert went into the pits for the hards. He has been on it. Connor the Kid still hanging with Mirko, but as predicted, car power on those hards has fallen a bit farther behind. Wow. And this race may end without a lot of action. I want to jinx it. But right here is the only spot where we have less than a second left between two drivers. And I don't think there are any pit stops left to be had. So it'll just be a matter of who can keep their car straight, put it across the finish line. Which, as of now, does look like it will be Sick Boy in the Williams with another win. Williams picking up some much needed points on Alpine if the results hold. They're getting 2 podium finishes. And Robert somehow, again, if the results hold, will be enjoying his 5th time, his 5th visit to the podium out of 6 races. That is incredible. And I think he might have missed one. Is that true? Does he have 100% podium? That'd be incredible. Connor the Kid, he is looking to make a end of the race move on Mirko, and he is getting quite close. Mirko's swerving into this turn. There's one more DRS to be had on the lap, as we do have some racing to finish us off. Let's see how close Connor can get it. Mirko's holding super steady so far. No mistakes. He gets a lead of 4 tenths as we round the corner into our straight. On our 31st lap, here goes Connor, 3 tenths back from the Alfa Romeo. Mirko is swerving a bit to the left. Connor will try to go on the right. He'll get even with him. He'll get ahead. He'll be first into turn 1, and he takes it too fast. He slides and is into the wall. The same thing that happened earlier in the race. I can't quite remember who. Oh, I think it was... I can't quite remember who. But when you are just going edge to edge down that straight, you can just be staring at the other car, trying to outbrake them, and you do, but you outbrake them right into the wall. Scadster, he'll slide a bit and let B-Rob take 8th place. Wow. Kind of the Kid, you can tell he's got plenty of wing damage. He might have to, yeah, I think he'll have to pit, and he will be finishing this race down there with Dark, I believe. We'll see. Connor only needs to go 1 more lap, I believe. No, 2 more laps, I'm sorry. Connor does fall back behind B-Rob and Felipe. Is he going to pit, or is it even, what's the point? He will go into pit. Heartbreaking to see. Racing on the edge, took him off the edge of the track into the wall, down into 10th place. Tough race for Connor. Him and Dark will both see Robert and Sick Boy open up a massive gap in those driver standings, as Felipe even will be happy to gain some points on both of them, throw his hat into the ring for 3rd. As our Drivers' Championship is turning in to Sick Boy versus Robert. Halfway through the calendar, both of these drivers, absolutely incredible, have been at the top every single race. Sick Boy, I feel like has either just won the race or DNF'd. Robert, as we know, hasn't missed a podium. He won't in Portugal. The gap is 6 seconds. Sick Boy has 6 seconds of penalty, so does Robert. There's a chance in hell that all of Sick Boy's penalties could be valid and none of Robert's could be valid, and we may have some shifting, but I do doubt that is the case. We may have some shifting here in our last lap as Mirko looks to take a final stab at Steph. Caution in Sector 1. Mirko 5/10ths back. Now he's getting closer. Mirko on about twice as fresh of tires. We got another yellow flag, but I'm paying attention to this now. Sick Boy close across the line for first place. Mirko trying to poke. It's not going to be there here, but we do have one more big hook into the final straight, into the final DRS. I don't think he's going to be close enough. That little final stab at the end cost him a chance. Sick Boy will get the race win in Portugal. He'll get the clear P1 in driver's standings, and Robert will be right behind him. Quite a gap until the next one after that. What a race in Portugal. What a shoddy bit of broadcasting, but we made it to the end. Quite an entertaining race. And a battle of strategy, as I think Robert must have been looking at the start of the race thinking a bit like Max Verstappen at the start of the season, where it's clear he was at a disadvantage, so he tries to shake things up via strategy, which is what Lewis is now trying to do throughout the season. For Robert, though, it doesn't pay off. Sick Boy sticks it. First place on podium. Felipe with another driver of the day from Codemasters. They love him. Who doesn't? And our podium is our podium is our podium. There will almost certainly be no changing this, regardless of penalties. Congratulations to Sick Boy on a signature drive. Robert as well, staying right on his tail. Let me just make sure nothing did change on that final. Yep. Oh, I believe... Wait, did Stefan Mirko? No. I think that was... Yep, how it was. Wow, what a race. Heartbreaking for some, and absolutely exhilarating for others. The two Williams bookending the podium as Robert stays in there at second. That was Portugal. Thank you for turning in. That was also a mess on my end, but I'm happy we got here. Great race. Week 6. Virtual Formula League. So close. So close to getting there. But woo! Virtual Formula League. Man, that is sort of hard because you got two L sounds right next to each other, spaced out by a. Virtual Formula League. It's not that hard. GG's to all. Good racing. See you in round 7.